Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we went to Yokohama and finished 5th and 7th and actually got into the points with Surikov, which is pretty good. We also signed Toby on as a crew chief, and we have him managing the pit crew. And one thing that I don't know is the hiring process. Like, can we, hire pit crew, or is that going to be up to Toby? I hope he can find some decent guys, for sure, because that is where we are struggling. Whenever we come down to pit road, it's always a question mark on if they're going to get the lug nut on tight, and that's been a bit of a problem. But today's problem is Beijing. Sunny practice, which is all well and good, medium tire wear, so probably medium tires on the race, but the race itself is looking really wet. So, are we going to be on inters the whole time on wets? Are we going to be, is there going to be a period of dry? Who knows? But we'll go ahead and continue, get the car repair done, and make sure Toby is in line to repair all those things. We also have a slot 1 sponsor offer. All right, so 13th or above, we can definitely do 900,000 upfront payment, 9 races, 200,000 per pop. That looks good to me. If anything, for the 900,000, because I think we can finish in the top 5. Is it? That's first, and that's 8th. I think we can consistently finish 8th or above for slot 5. So that's just mainly for the $900,000 plus the per race bonuses. Let's look at the car. Okay, so Encore. One more day, and the car repair is done. So we want Toby up in this piece. Yeah, 1% per day, 9% staff, and 1% crew chief. As far as the repairs go, let's work on our lowest parts next. The 56, the 67, the 67, and then we'll pop in, say, the 72, let's say, and get those parts all the way repaired if we can 11 days after the race. One thing we can do with our 20 million is also design a part. We can get up to an average engine. Looking on the grid, we're 4th there, 7th there, 4th, 6th, 5th, and 4th. So the gearbox is where we are hurting the most. And if I'm not mistaken, we've built a gearbox already. We have indeed, but we can build another one, an even better one. We can get a good gearbox, and we shall. All right, so we'll lower the red zone 10% and get the acceleration plus 40. That looks really good. That's going to lower the reliability a ton, but we'll spend, a few weeks massaging this and getting it up to race spec to get an 1843. So we'll go ahead and build that part for $1 million, basically the sponsor bonus that we got before. Outstanding. Car repair is done. Now we just have to wait on the sponsors to arrive. There's another slot open, and indeed people are clamoring for slot number 6. $4 million for an upfront payment for 12 races. That is pretty outstanding, and for an extra 4 races, an extra $2.4 million, yeah, I think that would be worthwhile. Indeed, $4 million. So keeping that money afloat, keeping those parts coming in is the name of the game. All right, we'll continue. The Asia Pacific Cup was running in Beijing. We can take a look at the lower series. Lucia, Veronica, and Adriana, good job. I'm also curious, once we get to the race day, how Saka Speedworks is doing, which we can check that out. All right, we've got 3 males here. Omura, Beijing, 40% chance of rain, and our mechanics. Some of the other teams have better mechanics than we do. No, I mean, Toby's pretty on point. Granted, there's probably 5-star crew chiefs on all the teams, but we definitely took a big step up hiring Toby, and I am not upset. All right, gearbox is done. There's the mail. Beijing, they're not talking about us. The gearbox is done. So should we focus on, yeah, those parts are nice and lovely as far as the reliability is concerned. We'll get that really good gearbox on the board 7 days after the race. We can churn it out really quick. If we think these parts are going to last for the duration of the race, we can have Toby really focus on that gearbox and get it done really quick. And I think that's the best strategy for now. Get this gearbox up so we can put it into race trim next time, and yeah, have a 40-point improvement on the gearbox. So that will definitely be a thing. So we will do that. Toby's going to work on that, and we will travel to Beijing. All right, so 8th or above, I think we can do tire selection. Let's do a half and half as we usually do. Maybe lean more on the softs, just in case we wanted to get in there and, let's see. Let's just do 6 and 9. So we'll practice on one set of the mediums. That will give them 5 medium sets for the race, if need be, and we can churn through these softs, trying to get them knowledge as well. Part fitting should be standard, unless, I mean, 54%, I kind of don't want to put that into the race just yet. Reliability is going to be a thing we need to focus on, so the 76 and the 67 will be on the cars for now, and then next race we'll pop on that 1816. So I will see you after practice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beijing, and as predicted, it is raining, but the good news is only raining through about the halfway mark. I can't see what happens past lap 32, but I assume it's going to stay dry. We'll be starting on the intermediate tires and probably changing about lap 5 or so to the wets and running those hard till about lap 10 or so. Maybe get on intermediates for, 5 or 6 laps and then get on slicks. We're 15% good on both medium and soft tires, but one thing that I did notice that I remembered to look up this time, 1 lap of fuel is 0.13 seconds per lap, and if we split this race in half as far as the fuel goes, 21 laps in the tank with some room for error just in case, we can shave off, a second per lap, that entire thing. So that's 10 seconds over the course of a fuel run, 20 seconds over the course of a race if we take just a little bit less than a full tank. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's going to line up to about the time we do our slick tire change when we put that fuel back in. Now, when we do our wet stop, I may fill up just a little bit so we're not on pit road as long. I don't know. We'll just see how the strategy goes. But one thing is for certain, we are going to be going hard on these intermediate tires, no question, until it really starts chucking down in a few laps' time. And that's going to be a very crazy time for us. Let's go ahead and start the race and see where we fare. According to the lineup here, where are we starting? 9th, DeGraff, and 12th for Surkov because he has those points. So he's starting the row behind his teammate, but not too far. And of course, everyone in front of us has no points on the championship grid, and your championship leaders are in the back. So here we go. Let's speed her up and see what happens. DeGraff to the inside. Everyone's on intermediates, which is good. And I don't know if everyone else is pushing, but they should, because in a few laps' time, it is going to be wet territory, and we're going to need to be on pit road for such things as these. If we can get a 3-second separation between our cars, they can both come down and get on wets the same lap, which would kind of be ideal, but right now that's not the thing. So whoever is running in back, DeGraff, will be probably pitting first for his wet tires in just a few laps' time. Once the track gets soaked, it's going to be pivotal that we come down on pit road to get those tires. Probably at the end of, let's say, this lap, DeGraff is going to need to come in for his wets. It's going to get really hot really quick. 3-second pit stop. Sounds good. Don't screw it up, boys. Surkov will be coming around next time. We'll be the first on wet tires, so hopefully that pays dividends when we hop on wets for our current guy. Another 3-second pit stop, just tires. All right, he is on. Let's push for now. We need to make these wet tires last for a scotch. So let's just be okay with them. And as the rain starts chucking down, we're going to need to get on wets quick. So here we come down pit road. No one else is going to be on wets. Fascinating indeed. So when everyone else hits pit road, we're going to shoot right by, and right now our tires are in the zone. So we should be able to make up a ton of time on these guys when they come down. They should be coming down this time, I assume. No? Well, half the field did. So we're going to shoot up to 7th and 8th and be on those wet tires. And it is wet territory for a good bit, that is for sure. Let's make sure DeGraff is keeping his tires in the temperature zone. Surikov doing a decent job keeping his tires in the zone, and I imagine we caught up a lot. And there are 3 leaders staying out on intermediates, and this is way beyond intermediates territory. We should be able to make short work of them for sure. Let's have them push just a little bit to keep the temperature in the tires, but they are staying out. That is a curious strategy. We're going to eat into their lead quickly, I assume. Yeah, this is way beyond inters. And if they do pit again, they may be pitting for inters. So they've got like a 13-second lead on us if we all pit again at the same time. And they are staying out. They're doing an interesting strategy, let's say that. Hopefully our tires will last until the end of this heavy rain when we can come down for our intermediates. But right there, they're coming into view. The track is absolutely soaked, and this is our time to shine. We're going to make up all of this time and be right back on their back bumper by the time pit stops happen. And in fact, we may be around them by the time pit stops happen. Here comes Surikov around for 3rd. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We are on the correct tire. We are not going to get got. Yeah, these leaders staying out on inters is an interesting strategy, but I don't think it's going to play out well for them. We make the pass for 2nd easily, and the pass for 1st is going to come as well. And they're going to be on pit road. Are they pitting for wets or are they pitting for intermediates? Because they're going to be jacked up here for a lap or 2 on those intermediates. All right, in a lap or 2, it's going to be intermediate territory. Let's actually go ahead and get DeGraff on pit road for his intermediates. We'll push him hard for a few laps time. We've got 12 laps to go, so that's more than enough to get us to that point. And we're just going to have him go hard. Surikov is going to stay out another lap and come down for his inters this time. Don't worry about fuel. 10 laps to go. We're not going to go 10 laps on these inters. And push hard. All right, so we're going to come out of the pit road in 4th place on inters right when we are in the inters territory. That is outstanding. Here comes the leader on pit road as well. Is he going to be on slicks? That is going to be the question. Inters are on for us. We're going to go hard. Yes, they're on inters. All right, so probably in 2 laps time or so, we are going to come down for our first set of slicks. We'll be within slicks territory. Stephenson has a 3-second lead on us, and we are sitting 2nd and 3rd with some outstanding strategy. Single Easy has crashed in Sector 3. That sucks for Single Easy. No, your tire temps are high, but you're going to be pitting soon. Probably next time by. Let's get Surikov on pit road next time by. Now the question is, it's lap 16. I don't know if our mediums can last. Yeah, our mediums are not going to last. But we do have the 15% bonus on mediums. We can push them a little harder. Are we going to go 7 laps on these tires? Says 12. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of fuel. Take us 12 laps. That will get us to lap 28. And then we'll just put in, make sure we have enough for 14 laps of fuel to finish up. So this will be the first time that we're on pit road for quite a stint. And I'll have him push like crazy. Now the leader is staying out, so we'll probably be pitting next time by with DeGraff for his mediums. Same thing. We're going to make sure that we have about 12 laps of fuel in there. Keep the car as light as possible. Tires are on. And nice. So let's push these tires. I'm not sure where we're going to shake up in the grand scheme of things, but everyone else is on intermediates, and as the track dries out, we should be in like a dirty shirt. Tires are on. Fuel is in, down and away. And once again, let's push. So we come out 6th and 8th, and we are set up for this track to really dry out. Our medium tires will start doing the work, and everyone else will be on pit road. In fact, there we go. The leaders are on pit road there. So we'll be making the slingshot up to 2nd and 4th, and they're on mediums as well. So a very similar strategy to get us going. I'm glad I took the 15% medium tire bonus. And looking to the end of the race, it is going to be clear and dry. So we're going to go as far as we can, either on tires or fuel, and then make the decision then. Are we pitting for softs or are we pitting for mediums? That indeed is the question. The leader with a 7-second gap on us, however. There are some on softs. Interestingly enough, 22 laps to go, 10 in the tank. Yeah, I don't know. Let's actually go back to neutral and see if we can save some of this tire wear. We want to go as far as we can into this run. If we can go all 9 laps on these tires, that would sort of be ideal. That way, that would get us to lap 31. And I don't know if we can go 10 laps on soft tires or if we bolt on the mediums and are guaranteed not to come down pit road anymore. So that indeed is a little bit of a conundrum. We've used up our medium tires more than they have. But I mean, we've got 2 cars in the points comfortably. As long as we don't screw up strategy, we should be fine. Hopefully the leader gets like caught in traffic a bit. So we got 55% left on the tires, 19 to go. 6.7 in Surakov's tank, so he will be the one on pit road first. I don't know if he can go 6 laps on 40% tires, but we'll give it the old college try just to see if we can. 18 laps to go. If we have to split this 9 and 9, we don't have to stop for too much fuel. It's just going to come down to, you know, how far we can go on these tires. They're starting to fall a little bit out of the temperature range. Surkov is fine, though, as far as his temperatures are concerned. So running 4th, we've got a hefty lead on everyone else running nice and lean. I know his tire wear is atrocious, so we're going to have to pit next time. There'll be 16 laps to go. These tires can't go 16 laps, so we do an 8 and an 8 perhaps. Something like that, an 11-second pit stop. Just put bolt soft tires on. Use them as much as we can. And then stop one final time for the last stint of softs. DeGraff can actually go around another time. The further DeGraff can get in, the better we can go. All right, so that is a big push. We'll pit next time for him. There'll be 14 laps left. If we can stretch this out, that would be really cool. 14.1. So that's 16 seconds to save, you know, the 30 seconds it takes. So we're spending the 5 seconds essentially to take the 30 seconds on pit road. We can give it a try. We'll keep him running at a medium pace, and if we see that he's dropping off, we can just pit him. All right, so running in 3rd, Surkov is 8th. He's going to have to pit again with 14 laps to go. I'm glad to see that the pit stops are actually coming into play here. We'll just do a neutral tire wear. And 10th place is way back there, so we don't need to push De Graaf at all. Surkov is going to push hard these next couple laps, try to make up as much time as possible. Some others will have to get to pit road again. I mean, their tire wear is absolutely atrocious, so the more time we can make up on the track, the better we are on pit road. 17th has the blue flag, 12 laps to go. We're pushing hard here. Let's actually scale it back to a neutral, because we're up in 4th. We at least want to make these tires last a bit. 4th will be coming to pit road, probably for his last pit stop. Sevenson is on pit road for repairs. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that. We'll make that spot up easily. So who? Okay, so 4th is looking really shoddy on the parts here. Let's get some heat in the tires. So 10 laps to go. Surkov will probably have to pit for mediums on his next time, but that will carry us until the end of the race. So he is going to push as much as he can. Probably pit him next time. Hashimoto has crashed. That's 2nd place out of it. Pit next time for mediums. Fresh mediums. 8 laps to go. Something like that. We'll take the extra second of fuel just to be sure. And push hard. Surkov in the lead. He'll give up that lead to pit for medium tires. But De Graaf should be okay to go the rest of the way, I hope. I don't know if the rest of these guys can go to the end on tires, but Surkov can. All right, we'll just go neutral. I know the fuel is piling up. 6th place is right there. He can make it in. 7 laps to go, 40% on the tires. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it, so we're going to push these mediums hard. We're going to get bolt-on soft tires and just go. We won't have to worry about fuel. So it's just tires on and off. We should be able to get off of pit road really quickly here. And Surkov is in the catbird seat. Hopefully catching a little bit. 6 laps to go, 85% on the tires. We can push that just a bit. But we are going hard with De Graaf. Probably pit next time by. 5 laps to go. You will get on softs. No fuel. 3 seconds on and off. Bolt them on. We may give up a podium here, but we've got some time and it's only a tire change. Get around that blue flagger. There you go. So we'll see where Surkov comes out. He's on the tail of 6th. Here comes De Graaf. Tires are on, down and away. Go, go, go hard. Blocking 6th, nice. So De Graaf can actually push hard here. No, you're good, Surkov. Fox is out. 2nd place is out of the race. So 3 laps to go, plenty of tires. Let's push hard. If Surkov can get 6th place, that would be outstanding. What's the condition like? Almost there on the brakes. We're going to wait until 1 lap to go for Surkov to push. But De Graaf don't need to. He's 14 seconds behind the lead, 7 seconds behind 2nd. He's just basically maintaining his spot. We don't need to push his parts. There's 4th place there. Final lap, so no need to turn up the engine. We're looking fine. So De Graaf pushing hard on the last lap around the blue flagger. Do a good job, guys. Do a good job. Plenty of tires, plenty of fuel. Race is over, and we will come across 3rd and 4th. A very good points day for us, and our first podium. Now, of course, Team Awesome finish first and second, as they tend to do, but we definitely got second on the overall points. That is for sure. It'd be nice if one of those guys crapped out. But they were able to make their medium tires last, so more power to you guys. But either way, feeling really good about that with the rain and catching those guys on the wet tires and doing the work. That was pretty good indeed. Hopefully they cheated. That would certainly be nice. All right, fastest lap win to Windsor. But overall, 7 extra points. You know, 14 there, not the greatest, but we did make up points for our team. That is for sure, and our drivers. DeGraff with the first podium. So Surikov is 6th in the point standings, 9 points behind. DeGraff has 4 points, 10 points behind. And there's still all of these guys who have not finished in the points. As far as our team is concerned, we're sitting in 4th, 6 points behind Windsor. And that would have been 4 if that guy didn't finish on the fastest lap. But as long as we can keep these teams from scoring points and continue to positively click points off, we'll be okay. And we had no pit road faults this week, which is a massive bonus. Putting Toby in charge of that pit crew showed instant wonders, well worth the price of admission. With our first podium, the chairman should be fairly happy. The driver's morale should be up high and feeling pretty good. We'll see how their morale is. Yeah, 100%. And our chairman should be ecstatic. 10%, is it, for his happiness? 23%. Nice, and 1% more marketable. Yeah, these guys still have a little bit of growing to do, but they didn't show much growth, unfortunately. Lost $600,000, but in the grand scheme of things, not bad. We have a lot of money for parts. So we will check our emails to finish the episode off and then see how Saka Speedworks is faring on the other side of the pond. See how their year is going here. Car condition update interview. We accept. I need to work on improving it. Oh, so there goes the marketability. Not sure about the sponsor signing. Do we have any sponsors up? We don't. So that marketability can just be Pasha. We'll have a race or two to get that marketability back up. All right, so the next race is Tondela. Once again, rain in the race with a high tire wear. We are not going to be on softs at all, I don't think. We'll use them for well, I would say we're using them for qualifying, but yeah, we'll bring enough to get soft technology, but I don't think we'll be using softs, not unless it's like a 2-lap sprint to the finish, and if that's the case, then we didn't do our job in the grand scheme of things. All right, let's take a look here. Where is Saka Speedworks? There it is, sitting in 6th place. Oh, man. What's going on there, Saka Speedworks? So they got 2 points, 31 points back from Spartan. As far as the driver standings go, Lara, Enrique is in 10th, and the noob guy is in dead last. Didn't get any points whatsoever. I don't know what you see in this guy, but he's not consistent. He is a 4.5 stars, but he's a rally champion. What is going on with your guys? Wow, that is disconcerting to see them fall so far from grace, but that will do it for me and this episode of Motorsport Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next episode of Motorsport Manager. Take care.